Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about a special costume to Larry and Komola, the newest normal type sync pair added on May the 13th. This is a field and support sync pair, which is the second field normal type after Ilima, and so the first one that is limited. If you know anything about limited field pairs, you might know where this is going. Larry is the normal type sync pair with X normal zone. This is huge. We'll see how in a bit. Actually, we'll see this right now. So let's talk about his moves. First of all, Rock Tomb lowers the target speed by 1 stat rank. It's not that good, but we'll see in a bit why this is still an important move to have, but generally being able to drop speed as a normal type is nice because it's not that easy in the normal type to drop speed. There are only 2 pairs that do it, if I remember correctly, being Special Costume Steven with his B move and Palmer with his max move, which are both limited in usage. So having an unlimited source of speed drops can be interesting. Potion, this is a filler move. This is nice for Gauntlet, otherwise maybe for very long content or content where you need to tank a lot of moves that can be interesting. Maybe this will come in clutch, for example in tower floors 31 to 40 when they come out. But as of now, it's not that important of a move. Relaxed Charm is his B move. Activation condition when the user is asleep. If you know anything about Komola, it's always asleep. So this is always activated and it's deactivated when it's no longer asleep, which will never happen. So basically this B move is always active. What does it do? It lowers the attack stat of all opponents by 3 stat ranks, and since it has 2 uses, you can drop it by 6 at most, which is pretty nice. Increases the special move next of Warrior Sync pair by 2, and applies Paldea Special Cycle to the life feed of play. This is really good, because that means he's great at enhancing special DPS, especially from Paldea. Maybe you see where this is going. And that's it for the B move. His trainer move is nothing crazy. -1 to sync cooldown, +4 to attack and special attack, +3 to crit. It's mainly to buff himself, but the most important part for me, outside of stuff like legendary gauntlets, where of course the stat buff are important, is the sync cooldown reduction. Can be pretty useful. And Larry has the Terra type normal, so he has access to a B move, Zeolite Terra Blast, which lowers it targets 1 opponent. It lowers the target special defense by 2. Pretty nice since he is meant to enhance a special DPS. Can also drop accuracy by 2 if the target is asleep. We'll see how he puts opponents to sleep right after we are finished with the moves. But generally, it can be useful for Gauntlet, but outside of the legendary Gauntlet, it's pretty whatever. And this is where the kit becomes really interesting. Turns the field of play zone into a next normal zone, the first time the attack move is used each battle. So what that means is, in one unit, you compress X normal zone, Paldea circle special, special move next increased, and all that just with the moves. We haven't talked about passives yet. This is huge. This is very big. So now about passive. Obviously the first one is applies the Terra type when you enter the battle, which changes to Put the target to sleep when your other's attack move is successful while the other is asleep. So basically all his moves, offensive moves, apply sleep. Oh, it's not offensive move, it's all moves, so it also applies to Relax Charm. I never noticed that before. So that means either you can do it single target with Rock Tomb, with Terra Blast, or you can do it AoE with Charm, okay? Why not? That's interesting. And status condition cannot be affected on any allied sync pair besides the user when the user is asleep. So as I said, Komola is always asleep. So that basically means team status immunity. That's a good passive to have. Ally set normal zone team special boost 1, 9. By himself he can only set normal zone twice, once with his Terra move and once with his sync move. So it's not that great of a passive, but it's more interesting with allies that can also set normal zone, and the normal type has a lot of that. There is Joniala, there is Mai, there is Palmer, there is Elima, technically Annabelle, technically Jim Whitney. That's a lot of units that can set normal zone. And Soothing Sleepy Face, this is Comatose. This is just Komola's ability. Basically it says you're immune to status, you're always asleep, you don't have the negative effects of sleep being not attacking and slower gauge, and you're immune to all other status conditions. So this is also a really good passive to have, but it's only a passive we'll ever see on Komola. I mentioned Rock Tomb being useful, not necessarily for its speed drops, but just as a move in general, because between the circle and the zone, it's nice to have short animations. The B move will be slow, the Terra move will be slow, because there are a lot of animations going with them, and so having a move that has simple animations is good to have. Sadly it's Rock Tomb. Rock Tomb is one of the slowest standard move, and since it drops a stat it's even slower, but it's still faster than a B move, a Terra move, so it's good to have. And Komola didn't have many options anyway. So now let's talk about his grid. 1 out of 5. Ghost Guard can be useful, I guess, and Dauntless is nice. It's a standard 1 out of 5 grid, nothing crazy. 2 out of 5. Normal Zone HP Recovery, this is useful for the Legendary Gauntlet. Outside of that, who cares? Rock Tomb Trip Up to drop speed faster. If you wanna do stuff with him against, for example, the Nita Ultimate Battle, sure, why not? Otherwise, not that crazy. Asleep and Eat Stat Up 9. This is a passive mainly for the Legendary Gauntlet to increase his evasiveness and to top his stats in general. For general purpose, this is not a passive you really want. Zero Light, Terra Blast, Dashing Team 9, that helps to fix your team's gauge. Remember that the normal type has Juliana with 4 gauge move, Palmer with 4 gauge move, Academic Gladion with 4 gauge moves. The normal type is very gauge hungry and the support are slow, so having an ally that can buff your speed is interesting. Trainer move MPR3 for the stat buffs, not that useful, but for the sync move cooldown reduction, that can be nice. I think there are some situations when you might want to use it. We see that obviously when we get to use him. Potion Master Healer 1, this is mainly for Gauntlet. Slick Attack Move there. DR2, this is mainly for Gauntlet. Circle Move Gauge, this is mainly in the way of 2 out of 5. React Challenger, who cares? 2 out of 5. Normal zone, team move up 9, not 9, 3. This is nice for team damage. Really good. That's more damage for the team on top of the circle, on top of the X normal zone, on top of the special movement nest boost. More damage is always good to have. Normal zone extortion 3. It's not that useful when you take into consideration the potential allies, being Palmer with a lot of zone, being Juliana with a lot of zone, being Mai with a lot of zone. Also, all three have their own extensions in some ways. So, in a vacuum, this is a good passive, but in the context of the current state of the normal type, it's not that useful. Dirty Fighting, since his status is sleep, opponents will always eventually wake up. This is nice for the Gauntlet because if they wake up, just put them back to sleep. It's not a problem. And so this is some damage, but outside of Gauntlet, not really useful. I don't think you will ever pick this style, honestly. This next style, however, very useful. Relax Charm, Team Brain Gain 9. This is more special move up next when he uses Charm, so it goes from 2 to 3. More damage is better. No shit. Potion MPR2, this is more for Gauntlet. This can also be interesting for normal tower, floor 31 to 40 when that comes out, as it has been announced. Brain Power, maybe for Gauntlet, probably not. Generally not that useful since you don't want to sync much with him. Maybe at most once for the zone and the support, but that's it really. Circle Hit, remove next 9. Again, not that useful, especially considering he has Dashing Team, he already has good gauge, and his moves, Rock Tomb is 2 gauge, Charm is 3, Terra Blast is 2 gauge. This is not a tile you need. Paldea Circle Extension, however, pretty useful because in the normal type there are no other ways to extend it, and in general I don't think there are many. I didn't study it really. I think maybe Mela at 10 out of 5 has it, but you're not using Mela with him. So this is a good passive to have, to not have to use Charm too early, the second one. Overall, a pretty whatever grid maybe. This is very useful, this is very useful, and the rest is very situational. Maybe you want to take this most of the time, and so you end up with a grid that looks like this is 7, this is 8, this is 7, this is 8, but you have to take extra energy anyway. So in general, I think you go with a grid of, oops, I forgot this one, with a grid like this. This is +6 energy, so this is possible just at 3 out of 5. And really, I don't think you need much else. For Gauntlet, you can drop some stuff. You maybe go for this. You can go for this. As I said, you want this for stats, and HP recovery is nice for the Gauntlet. Maybe you go Brain Power, but you don't have, you can't do it. Is it possible? You'd have to drop something or do this. You can do this, but you don't really need Brain Power for Gauntlet anyway, because it just puts opponent to sleep anyway. So this is generally the grid for Legendary Gauntlet, and then you can take whatever you think will be the most useful. Maybe Terra Blast to be sure for your gauge. Now about his potential teams. The most obvious one is with Juliana. Oh, this grid is less expensive. What did I I picked Dashing Team, yeah. Out of 4 out of 5, Juliana has a free move next, so you don't really need the gauge. So you can do either, it doesn't change much. But obviously Juliana is really good for him. It basically, remember when Benga was released alongside Axiot Alder and was really made to be played with Axiot Alder? This is the case again. But where Benga is only really useful with Axiot Alder, Larry can be useful to more pairs, including pairs that aren't released yet, of course. And Benga maybe will be better in the future too. But as of now, the comparison can be made, and Larry is generally better than Benga. This is an absolutely crazy combo because Juliana just sets a bunch of normal zone as her own extension too. This crazy damage. Basically, this is all you need in a team, and then your sword can be whatever you need really. You can take Arven. This is more normal zone. This is Paldea circle defensive. This is another Paldea pair too, so you have triple Paldea for Juliana's master passive, the special circle, the defensive circle, and also temp skills. Those can matter maybe. This is also more damage, but then you're lacking tank since Juliana can take a bit, or well, more than a bit, but she's not that good of a tank. She can do it. She can tank well for longer battles. So if the battle is a bit too long, like as mentioned before, new tower floors, maybe you prefer a support. The best support will be Mai. Mai goes well with them because this is more normal zone between the extension and... Can I see her kit, please? And normal wish. She also just tanks really well with defenses, buff, gradual healing, damage guard, tech next all. Between Juliana and Larry's potions, she can tank even more. She has head start 1. She can also have more countdown at 10 out of 5 with another head start 1. And if you give her the head start lucky skill, this is -3 from Juliana, -3 from Mai. You just need to use 3 moves to be done to get your sync up. Oh, I also forgot her passive as a next Pokéfair, Sinnoh Rush. So this is -3 here, -3 here naturally if 10 out of 5, and then you can run head start on each of them and you can sync right away. That's a possibility. This is mainly for fun. I don't think it's mandatory ever, but that's something you can do. Mai also provides more special move up next when she uses a trainer move, so that's good to have. It's also flinches, so you between our flinch and Larry's sleep, you can really stun the opponents well and think crit immunity to reduce RNG. Outside of tower, there is obviously Raid 96, which is just a crazy sync pair. Juliana already played well with him, and with now X normal zone, that's even more damage. Honestly, really crazy. He also has a start tree, and so like May, you can do a sync turn 1 with triple as start lucky skill. Another pair to consider for Juliana and Larry is Gloria, Anniversary Gloria. That's another support that can be interesting, mainly for her B move with a lot of acceleration and break. You can reapply break. Juliana has her own break once, but Gloria can reapply it twice at 5 out of 5. So that's something to consider. Outside of Juliana, so if you're not using Juliana as your DPS, you're probably using either Arven or Palmer. If you're using Arven, that's probably for tower. I don't think Arven will be able to do much in late floors of tower, in the new floors. Maybe he can do 31 and 34, but I don't think he can beat 37. So maybe for the two new physical only floors, this is a good pairing. We'll see. We'll see when those floors are released. We can't say much right now, but this is still a good combo. Obviously Larry is made for special DPS, but it's still X normal zone, so it's still very good. On top of that is Paldea, and Arven is Paldea with defensive circle, so that's a good combo. Even in this team, you still probably want to play Juliana for more Paldea, for the Master Passive too. And obviously Mei works well as a tank also. Otherwise, the other option is Palmer. At less than 10 out of 5, maybe you don't want him much. He's really comparable to Arven. He has a much better sync, but his DPS is much lower because Crush Grip sucks. And that's really sad. But at 10 out of 5, his sync is still very powerful and he can extend the X normal zone quite a bit. So this is a combo to consider. We'll see also how these work together in the later tower floors when those happen. If I remember correctly, they said they release them around this coming anniversary. So in 4 months. It's not for now, but it's going to happen. For both Arven and Palmer, the third can be Juliana, the third can be Mai. There isn't much other options right now. If you're just looking to clear normal tower up to 30 and you don't have Juliana, because Juliana already made the tower very simple before, but if you don't have Juliana, it will be a good pick to help you clear physical and status floors. Arven can deal with. If you don't have Juliana, that means you will need Academy Gladion. Academy Gladion is a special DPS, so he benefits from the special move up next, he benefits from the circle, but his main gimmick is his B move that's always super effective, but since it's super effective, it means it changes type, so it's not normal type, so it doesn't benefit from the X normal zone, which honestly sucks a bit. That makes does that make his hyper beam stronger? The hyper beam is 360 times 2, that's 720, and hyper beam times 3 is 780. So hyper beam under regular hyper beam under X normal zone is stronger than hyper beam Z. It's still pretty close, and hyper beam Z still gives you special move up next, so it's still worth to use to get an incredibly powerful Hyper Beam afterward. His sync also is still pretty good and stays normal type, so it's boosted by the X normal zone. I think that's about it for this analysis. Let me check real quick if there are other normal type we can talk about. Type. That's not type. Oh, that's trainer type. Is there no type filter on this one? Whoa. That sucks. Yeah, those are time skills. Can you really not? You can't type normal. Yeah, you can't type normal. Okay, well, let's go on the real Poma tools. Normal. We talked about Arven, we talked about Juliana. If you don't have Juliana, Variety Chase is still a good partner for Academy Gladion, for example, since he dropped a bunch of type rebuffs. There is a chance that he drops the type of which Gladion will be super effective against. And that's also more special drops. That's also more normal zone if you sync with him. Penny can work. She is Paldea, but she's physical, so you don't care about the circle, you don't care about the special move next. X normal zone is still X normal zone, so if you don't have a good Arven grid, you can still clear floor 27 with Penny, Larry, and Juliana maybe. I don't know, that sounds pretty rough, but maybe it's possible. And then all the pairs are not that worth to talk about. We already talked about Palmer. U is the same deal as Penny, it's a different flavor of RNG. With Penny you need to dodge, with U you probably need to use a few charge. So yeah, I think that's about it for this video. To conclude, Special Costume 2 Larry, very good, extremely important for the normal type if you want to max that out. Extremely important with Juliana specifically. If you don't have Juliana, Larry is less important, but if you have her or plan to get her when she reruns, absolutely go for it, especially since Special Costume selects, if you use paid gems, didn't happen in so long that honestly we don't know if they might ever come back. So only possibility to get him after this event ends is either Mix PT, which not very practical, random pulls from Mix or the Daily Scout, again not very practical, or probably a PT on a ribbon banner which has about 3000 pairs on it, which is 36k gems, which is a lot. So yeah, if you're probably going for other pairs this month, maybe what are pairs this month? Oh yeah, most people are going for Drayton and Signature Kiran. Valid. That's very valid. Personally, I'm not very interested in either, so I'm going with... Right? Oh yeah, wait, that's a partner I forgot. You can run Juliana and Larry with Drayton. That's a possibility. That's obviously a Paldea pair, so that buffs the circle, that buffs the master passive. On top of that, Drayton provides even more special circle, and special circle means even more special move next too. he can also give a good burst of special move next to Juliana with his trainer move. Thunder Wave is nice to have, it's a move with no animation if the opponent already have a status condition. I don't remember all of his passive. Special move next on all allies when he sets the circle, so that's like Larry on normal zone, that's more special move up next. And the first time he uses Thunder Wave, he applies special break, so that means you can also apply the break before using Juliana's Terra move, which is honestly really good considering this is our strongest move. Stellar form. Terrastal form. Where is... That's not it. Where is it? Terrastal Storm. What? Ah, Stellar form, okay. Rainbow Jewel, Terrastal Storm, that's not a strongest move? 460, 484. Oh yeah, because no, what? Wait, if I remove it. 360. 460. If I reduce the move level. 460. No, not damage, not damage. Nah! Pair. Oh yeah, okay. I thought it was our strongest move. It's still a very powerful move that you like to be able to use with its full power. And then you can reapply break and deal and use a powerful B move. But whether you use the trainer move, Drayton's trainer move for the B move or the Terra move and the break, regardless if it deal a lot of damage. His grid also has circle extension, so that's more circle extension. And okay, honestly, you don't really need circle extension when you have 2 circles here and 2 circles on Larry. But that's more team sync move multiplier. Is there the first time? That's okay, that's not great, but that's something, I guess. That's more special movement. It's not that good. You have -1 cooldown. Oh yeah, another important part, obviously, since he's an ex-Pokéfair, he gets Paldea Rush. This is a triple Paldea team, so you get -3 cooldown. So again, this is just like my you have -3 cooldown here, -3 cooldown on Juliana, but you also get a 10 out of 5 head start here, and so you can just run head start locket skill on Drayton and Larry, and you get to keep critical strike 2 or 3 if you have it on Juliana for more damage, and you can sync turn 1. So honestly, not a partner to ignore for this team. This can be... It needs to be tested, but it's worth a shot. So now that's it for real. Thank you for watching this video. I used to include showcases in the same video as the analysis. That won't be the case anymore. The showcases will be in separate videos. So in the upcoming days, when he releases, you will see on this channel some Larry showcases. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you for watching. I'll see you on future videos.